WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have from Few Spirits, I have their Immortal Rye. A big shout out to Training C. They were one of the very few channels that have actually done this. I found this so interesting I wanted to do a review in English as well. So Paul Haletko, he founded Few Spirits. Congratulations, well done, man. And he brought out, I think last year, it was a cold cut brew. So that was cold coffee that he used to actually reduce a bourbon down to its drinking or bottling strength. So what he did here is he used Eight Immortal Tea, which is between a green tea and a black tea. It's an oolong tea. And he used this tea to dilute this whiskey down to proof. Now let's talk a little bit. So what we have here at the Few Spirits by Chicago in Illinois is you have pot still, column still. You produce your whiskey. This is 70% rye as a mash bill, 20% corn, and 10% malted barley. Very good. They're standard rye. And so this is a standard 2-year-old rye. I paid €68.50. I hope it's much, much cheaper in the States than it is over here. We do have the 25% import tax or import excise customs tax. So this is whiskey base number 175497. This is a 700 milliliter bottle. Very, very good. Not 750 like you get in the States. And what Paul actually decided to do is to brew a lot of tea. I'm going to suggest there's going to be thousands and thousands of liters of tea, or maybe 1,000 gallon of tea he produced. And he used this tea, no sugar added, no milk added, no other additives added, to dilute the whiskey down to bottle proof. So what happens is you take a spirit off the still, maybe it comes off between 70 and 80%. Maybe dilute it down there at the still before you put in the barrel, maybe down to 62.5%. The highest is allowed, at least for bourbon. With rye, you have a little bit more possibilities if you wanted to. And then after you let it age for 2 years, it will still be either higher, maybe 64, 68%, if you have a lot of angel share that takes more of the alcohol away than the water, or it may go down, like in Scotland, down like 58%. And now you have a bottle strength, but of 46.5%. What do? You dilute it down with water. You cut it down. The experts know, especially also people that have been with cognac, that you just don't pour a whole lot of stuff and do it all at once. You can actually fracture the spirit. You actually dilute it down step by step by step, over hours, over days, however you want to do it. And so what Paul did is actually he took his tea and he diluted this down to its final proof, which is 46.5 Abv alcohol by volume, which is amazing. And he used that tea. So I'm sure he used the original water that he would have used to dilute this down anyways, and he just added that tea to it. I'm not sure if he brewed the tea or if it was a type of tea extract. I did watch a nice video where he talked about it, but I don't remember him hearing or talking about exactly how he produced the tea. I'm sorry. All right, very, very good. Now, this thing is unique. I like it. I'm sure other people are going to go, nasty, nasty, nasty. I like it. It tastes like supermarket cola. Coca-Cola from the supermarket, not the good stuff, not the Cokes, not the Pepsis, but a cheap supermarket, no-name brand whiskey, no-name Coca-Cola. Coke, soda, as we would say in Pennsylvania, soda. I'm getting used to this nose. I like this. This actually is growing on me. I really like this. My problem is that I went over and I had this is my control whiskey, my Rittenhouse, and I tried the Rittenhouse after having this. The Rittenhouse tasted just like this. This has such a potent flavor profile. The finish is so long and so overpowering that the Rittenhouse just didn't taste like it should have. So I'm going to taste the Rittenhouse first. So I have a baseline for what bourbon can be. This is 70% rye. I think this is maybe about 51% rye. This is Heaven Hill. This is not a very, very high rye. It is 4 years old. It is 50%. It is a very good value for money, by the way. All right, so just tasting this instead and going over to that. The nose on this is, I like this. I have like a as I said, that cola moment. A friend of mine, I think it was like fifth, sixth grade. His parents had immigrated in from India. His father was a PhD in chemistry, and his son actually in his room created Coca-Cola according to this secret recipe that the father somehow gave him with these beans that he used and all that to get that flavoring in there. And that's what it smells like. The rye is behind there a little bit. It's there, but that tea, that Eight Immortals Tea moment is much, much more dominant, at least in my personal opinion. On the nose, the normal Rittenhouse rye is very, very, very normal. I just like a good rye. Mm, mm, 50%. You got some sweetness from the corn. The rye kicks in. Nice. Very, very good. Between my German video and my English video, which I did first, there's going to be about 20, 25 minutes. Enough time for my palate to go back to normal so I can actually taste this. After I taste this, this still tastes like this. It's so potent. It really is. All right, good. Got the baseline for the rye. Know what I'm looking for. Know what it should be. As I said, I paid 68 euros 50 over here. That's way too much. I would not buy this bottle again, even though it is a unique gimmick. All right, good. 2-year-old rye from Few Spirits. To be very honest, Paul, if you're watching this video, I think 43% would have been better. Maybe the tea influence might have been too much then, but I feel that the sharpness of the alcohol is too much. The 50% over here with 4 years is much smoother, silkier, more mouth pleasing. This is a little bit still on the rough edged. Maybe you want that, maybe you like that. Maybe I'm a wuss and I need to grow up and get some manly parts. But this is a tiny, tiny little bit too much edginess, too much alcohol sharpness for me. Put a little bit of water in there, bring it down like 42, 43%, turns into an absolutely bomb gem of a whiskey in my opinion. That cola, that Eight Immortals Tea moment, that oolong tea really does something special to this rye. It really transforms it and takes it into a different realm. Over here in Germany, we have a distillery called the Sauerländer Distillery. And a friend of mine, his name is Sebastian Büsing. He calls himself the spirit alchemist. What they did is they took a ex-bourbon cask and they actually then put tea into the cask. Every couple of days, they actually replace the tea because it doesn't really turns bad or can turn bad. And so what he did is he impregnated the cask over a week or so with different types of with one type of tea, and then they put German single malt whiskey in there. It was absolutely a hit. Everyone liked it. I didn't even get a chance to try it because it sold out almost immediately. He did the same thing with the coffee. Coffee was, some people liked it, some people didn't, but the tea was really good. So this is the question of the day. Are we actually going to see more and more tea-influenced whiskeys out there? Why not? We have port casks, we have sherry casks, we have Madeira casks. Why not have a tea cask? So that's my question of the day. Well, my other question of the day is, what is your favorite rye whiskey under $35 or 35 pounds or 35 euros? This is not going to be it. This is going to be one of the best. I like Lot 40 cask strength. I like Lot 40 Canadian whiskey, not the cask strength. Sorry. You can't get that for $35 or 35 euros anywhere. Very unique flavor profile. Like it. Think you put a little bit of Coca-Cola or a little bit of cherry, or a little bit, or what was it? RC Cola. RC Cola, Dr. Pepper in here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Adding additional water down to about 42, 43% actually smoothes everything out. Rough edges are gone. Very, very nicely done. Intensive taste. Sometimes I talk about if you have like a volume, like you have an amp, and sometimes it's a 2 and 5, and sometimes it's at a 10. This is actually more like a 7 to 8. It's not yet distorted, but it's screaming at you. All right. Very, very well done, Paul. I commend you for being original. I commend you for your innovation. I commend you for doing things outside the box. Well done. I'm not sure about the price. I'm not willing to pay another 68 euros 50 for it over here. This is for me the taste of a 35 to 40 euro whiskey. Yes, I do know that the prices of whiskey and especially bourbon and rye have exploded in the last year or so. But still, this is not something I would go back to and say, hey, I need it again. This is more of a gimmick type of moment where it's like, oh, this is unusual. Why not? I would love to take someone who has a fable for rye and that loves rye and give this to him blind and say, "Hey, try this. This is rye." And he's going to go, "No, it's not." I say, "Yes, it is." "No, it's not." "Yes, it is." "What do they do to it? This is weird." "Well, they infused it basically with Eight Immortals Tea." Is that possible? Yes. Is it allowed? Well, it's not forbidden. So da da da. All right. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for showing up. Thank you very much for liking, subscribing, telling others, maybe even sharing this video. Go over to Trendy and See, watch their video of this. They did a very, very, very good job of that. Um, and my video is a little bit different than theirs. Of course, all the best. Thank you very much for watching. Whiskey Jason here. Ciao.